Congress is back on Capitol Hill today, returning from a 2-week recess. The two lawmakers over the weekend returned a day early to protest the GOP budget plan. Here was the scene yesterday on the steps of Capitol Hill there. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries and Senator Cory Booker held a sit-in that lasted more than 12 hours. Senator Booker warned of a, quote, moment of moral urgency. Take a listen.
Will you stand up? Because if you stand, if you rise up, if you speak up, I know that we can stop this bill, that we can stop this bill, and we can ensure that we truly deliver for Americans liberty and justice for all.
All right, let's get right to CBS News congressional correspondent Nicole Killian. Nicole, less than a month ago, Cory Booker, we just saw there, broke a record for a speech he did on the Senate floor to protest the Trump administration's policies. What's been the reaction to this protest?
Yeah, that's right. Well, certainly no surprises that Elite Jeffries also partnered with Senator Booker on this initiative because really he wanted to draw attention to the Republican budget bill that is making its way through Congress. It's going to start over on the House side with different committees preparing to mark it up. But certainly the leader has sounded the alarm time and again about concerns that this could gut Medicaid, that could be one of the many cuts that are made as part of this bill. So in terms of drawing attention to that, he leaned on his fellow Democrat in the Senate, New Jersey Senator Cory Booker, who got a lot of attention, of course, as you mentioned, for that record-breaking speech on the Senate floor, but really to help kind of galvanize the public against this bill. And I stopped by there yesterday. You know, they started off as a very organic conversation between Leader Jeffries and Senator Booker, where it was just the two of them on the House steps there here at the Capitol. But by late afternoon, the crowd had really swelled to over several hundred people. So from that standpoint, I think both teams, you know, the Jeffries team and Booker teams, feel pretty good about this as a way to kind of garner attention as Democrats really try to keep the spotlight on this GOP bill that they describe as, quote, immoral.
So, Nicole, how fast are you expecting things to start moving on this budget bill?
Well, this is the part where, you know, the rubber is really going to meet the road. I know we have talked quite a bit over these last several months about this, quote, big, beautiful bill that President Trump wants. And so obviously we saw in the earlier part of this Congress, both the House and Senate approve these budget resolutions, which kind of laid out the instructions for crafting this bill. Now lawmakers are actually putting pen to paper. And so in different committees over the next couple of weeks, they're going to be marking up this legislation. So there are several committees starting tomorrow that will start working through this bill, including, for instance, the House Armed Services Committee, which has added an additional $150 billion in defense spending to this bill. You know, the more critical components of the bill in terms of extending the president's tax cuts and also potentially making those cuts to Medicaid. We expect those committees who handle those issues probably to happen a little later this month, but those are certainly likely to be flashpoints once those particular hearings get underway, although Republicans again insist that they don't intend to touch Medicaid benefits, but they do potentially want to look at issues of waste, fraud, and abuse as they look for savings to pay for this big, beautiful bill.